Hello everyone and welcome to this Tech Ability webinar on smart homes from Portland College. I'm Neil Howard Beck. If you've got any questions throughout, feel free to ask. You can also follow us on tech_ability1 on Twitter, and that's where we share everything like these webinars and conference and training and other things. And we're really lucky today to be joined by Becky Cooper. Hi Becky.
Hello.
Hi, and she's here to talk to us about smart homes from Portland College. So I'll hand over to you, Becky.
Okay, super. So I'll just...
And we have to be patient with Becky, and it's her first time on Zoom. And as being as I forget everything on Zoom, even when I switch between Teams and Zoom. So yeah, just take your time, Becky. And,
okay, thank you. Right. Right, just
yeah.
It's gone. Sorry, apologies. Let me just start again.
No, that's fine.
Great start. Super. Hopefully everybody can see that now. Oh, it's still, we'll just go back that way. Okay, super. Yeah, so thank you for joining. So my name's Becky. I'm a curriculum manager from Portland College, and I oversee the digital skills and assistive technology here at Portland. So this is just a little bit of information about Portland and who we are. We're a specialist college and a residential provider in Nottinghamshire. So we have learners and citizens through all different stages of their life, and so one of our mission statements is about disabilities and a lifetime of opportunity. So today I was going to talk to you about our Smile Home. So the Smile Home is a home basically that has been created for people with disabilities of all different capabilities, of a prefabricated housing that is basically sustainable and uses technology to support independence. We've been working with Smile Home in terms of that we have a prototype of the Smile Home that is on our campus, and we have been meeting with the chief executive to look at ways in which we can use that facility with our learners and citizens here at Portland. So the Smile Home itself is purpose built, so it's it's pre-fitted with all the technology, and it's pre-fitted to the specifications of an individual. The home itself arrived at campus as one full unit, so it came, as you see in the picture, and so came on the back of a lorry, and then it was the infrastructure that was built prior to it arriving, and then just fitted in around that. So Smile Home themselves are looking at different places in which these homes can be used, and for different organisations as well. So there is a lot of interest from local authorities that are looking for housing, adaptable housing for people. And we're also, the cost of renovating a current home, this might be a cheaper and more flexible solution for people. So that's what the Smile Home is. So I have a short video, and this is the organisation that we've been working with, is ADS, and there's a short video that I'm going to show you that is about the home itself and how it's set up. So not only is it in terms of space and and the environment set up in a way which is accessible for anybody that may be using a wheelchair or using other mobility devices and equipment, but also it's the integrated technology that's within the home that we've looked at mostly through this video. So it will show you certain things about the integrated voice commands and voice recognition technology that they've used, also how they are using sensors and inbuilt systems to basically monitor somebody potentially whilst they're in there, if that's what they need, or to give alerts to the individual should anything need to be changed within that facility. So it's about moving people into independent living that's appropriate for themselves. So I'll just play that.
What we're doing here in this unit, it's a prototype, and we're really using it to try and showcase a basic infrastructure that's can be cabled into every production unit, and then it can be flexed for the person who's going to live in it. So whether that's motorising the windows and the blinds as we have in here. The way we control the tech that we've got in here is basically through three means. So we've got touch pads on the walls, which obviously won't be suitable for everyone. We've got a private voice control system called Aragon, so that all the data stays in the home. We do have an alert system that sends out alerts based on occupancy of rooms and so on, and warnings about high levels of humidity or volatile organic compounds and that sort of thing. But all the data, all the processing of voice commands and so on is all private and doesn't go outside the unit.
Okay. So a short video there regarding the unit itself. One of the things that was of real interest to us was obviously that there's no third party in terms of data. So the data is held within itself. The controls that currently can be used with a voice recognition. So they have controls for and their commands are hey snips, but the commands are for blinds, TV, windows, doors, heating, as well as having the control pads as well that are on around the bungalow, around the Smile home, that can also control pieces of equipment. So how we're working with ADS is that we are looking for learners and citizens that are currently accessing Portland to spend time within the Smile home, to then feedback about what they got from it, what parts of it they liked, what adaptations they would make, and we've in the new academic year there'll be an opportunity for people to spend some time using the prototype to see how they adapt to perhaps that independent living approach and using the technology. I spoke to excuse me, I met with one citizen that is interested in using the Smile home as a place to stay for a short period of time, and they were really keen because it's about them being able to move on from their supported living environment as such. They visited with their family in the hope that come the future they would be able to purchase something similar to this around their own specification as well, but something similar to either have on a plot of land potentially. So I'll just share that with you, and then if anybody's got any questions.
Hello, my name is Rachel Tweedy. I am a resident at Portland College.
Hi Rachel, so I understand that you've just been to visit the Smile Home. So why did you want to visit?
I think I went to visit because I think it's a great idea for people with disabilities to try new things and develop the skills and maybe to move forward from different places.
Excellent. So what did you think about the Smile Home?
It was a really good, amazing place to look around actually. It's the design, it was amazing. The colours was amazing. I'm not sure about the bedroom colours, but the bedroom and the sizing of the house was nice. It's not all about the electronics, it's about being safe in the home. So say you'll go, all the commands will be like for closing the blinds, but I wouldn't use that. I'll be using it for like closing the windows and the I can't remember what it's called now.
Heating?
Heating. That's it. The heating, because that's the most important to keep us all safe, and obviously locking the doors. So I wouldn't use all the commands in the smart home, just for safety reasons, because I'm very independent.
So what would you change about it?
I would change to, like, obviously it's got one bedroom, but I would prefer to have two bedrooms so you can have that extra support. So say if you wanted someone to stay over and have that support during the night, or maybe two bathrooms, because some people might not like two bathrooms.
And what is the plan for next?
Hopefully the next plan is to move from Portland, but still on site, but in your own environment, still on campus, like going somewhere else, but be more independent like I am now.
Super. So hopefully I've stopped sharing all of that. Yeah, so Rachel is somebody that's been resident at Portland for a while, and Rachel is looking to move out of supported living, and that's a big step for Rachel with regards to her anxieties and her support requirements. So her next step is to try out the Smile Home, to spend some time in there. In terms of the technology and the sort of support that she would require, she's very aware of the things that she wants to be able to do for herself and where technology can support her. So those reminders and routines, such as the heating, such as the windows, and ensuring that the environment is safe for her. She was also very keen. She loved the decor. that was one thing that yeah, she loved the decor of it. And with the Smile Home, they're looking at how they can adapt the prototype to suit individual needs. So where Rachel talks about 2 bedrooms, there is that possibility of having in the future having a prototype that is 2 bedrooms and using the spare space as a the other bedroom as a like a family or friend, that sort of thing. So yeah, so Rachel's going to try it out in the new year, which is a big step for her. So so yeah.
Oh, that's really good, Becky. You'll have to let us know how she gets on.
Yeah, we'll do.
I want to know what colour the bedroom was painted that she was blessed with.
it was a green. It's a green. It's like a minty green type colour.
Okay.
But yeah.
Not her taste. Could
No.
she redecorate, or is that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And then obviously with the planning of the facilities, it is around that personal specification, so it can be designed however you want it. So it's meant. So the idea is that it's all set up, all ready to go around your personal specification, and then it's delivered to your door basically, and then placed on a plot of land, or where you're positioning. So yeah, so all encompassing of everything. When we went in, obviously the technology is all inbuilt, so there isn't that need for the adaptions or renovations.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you ready for some questions? Can we open?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Great. So we've got Simon Bridgenell. What tech is in the Smile Home to assist with independently living? Windows, curtains, and heating, but what else?
So at this moment in time, it is based upon those specifications, and then going forward with our learners accessing, we're going to be working with our occupational therapy teams as well to look at some more in terms of supported independence activities and tasks. So at this moment in time, the Smile Home comes with the infrastructure of the technology that will, like I say, the heating, the television, those sorts of controls, but then working with others about making it accessible for other skills to be developed.
So I suppose it comes with the things that are really hard to kind of retrofit afterwards, and then allows you to be flexible with what you build in afterwards. Yeah, I suppose you can add smart TVs, and can you also do things that you would do with a Google Home or Google Alexa, or is an Alexa in there?
So yes, so in terms of the Hey Snips, that is the equivalent of an Alexa, that is what already controls the televisions, the lighting, those objects really.
Right. Hopefully that answers you, Simon, your question, Simon. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to ask in particular about that. And Emma Jackson says, do you plan to use these for teaching and learning within sessions, group sessions, or more for the individual experience?
So at this moment in time, it's about individual experience. So we're wanting to give some feedback to ADS about what our citizens and learners on an individual basis, when they stay there and experience it, give them individual feedback about that, and what were the best bits about it for learners and citizens, and what adaptations they would make. So say, for example, Rachel, she wouldn't use certain elements of it, but she may do that when she actually is in the facility and is using the Smile Home, and that's to help them in terms of moving their prototype forward, and to perhaps have a look at all the developments that they could, with regards to going forward with different prototypes for Smile Homes. And then after that, we do anticipate just sort of some individual work and small group work. I wouldn't say that it would have place for large groups. For those of you that perhaps don't know, we have a similar sort of off-the-shelf facility at Portland, which is our Maples Smart Home, and that is where we've used Alexa and Google to adapt a pre-existing bungalow into a facility using technology and voice recognition, and we use that more with groups, and that might be small groups that are working on developing their communication devices, so having that control and motivation of their environment, as well as looking at independence tasks such as, ironing, making your beds, cooking, cleaning, all of those skills as well alongside that.
Okay, great. Thanks, Becky. Let me know if anyone has any further questions. What have they given you an indication of kind of what they're hoping to price it at, or any kind of ideas of that, or is it too early on in the process to get an idea of that?
So that is one of the questions I asked first off, for how much it would cost. And for a unit pre-built with the planning permission and the infrastructure, so the grounds work, as long as there's access obviously to your Wi-Fi connections and all that sort of stuff, that prototype, and I can't talk about now obviously because of the price increases on things, but that prototype in itself, all included, was 250,000.
Okay.
Which to some extent, I know that's an awful lot of money, but also when you look at renovating pre-existing buildings, that is also costly too. So so yeah.
And you're getting the whole building as well, aren't
absolutely.
you? Absolutely. From scratch, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's and somebody put in the chat, I think, about coming to have a look, and that would be absolutely amazing. And David is really keen to show the Smile Home as well. So, you know, if anybody is interested in coming to have a look at both the Maples off the shelf and the Smile Home, that's not a problem at all. Because I think when you see it and how it's set up, so there's consideration for plug sockets, wiring, the plant room, the technology hub of the home is all behind the house. So it's behind the side where the bathroom is. So it's not taking up any space within the building, but it's held within like a plant room as such. So there's been lots of considerations for space and also adapting things. So say, for example, if further for individuals, so say, for example, hoists as well, so tracking hoists and things like that. So yeah.
Great, thanks, Becky. And are you happy for me to share your email in the chat? Is that the best way for people to get in touch?
Yeah, that'd be absolutely fine.
Great, yeah, I'll pop that in the chat then. Okay, anyone got any other questions? I suppose I'd like to ask kind of what's been the biggest thing that you've learned so far from having this kind of Smile unit?
I think in terms of that, the integration of the technology, so it's already pre-existing, and also the considerations when we've been working with Trevor Edwards, our IT manager, and when we've had conversations with David about the data being held within the system, so it's not going out to a third party and the risks involved with that in terms of with our Maple Smart Home, obviously we have to risk assess it and ensure that those risk assessments are followed and people are aware that it's a listening and recording environment, whereas the data for the Smile Home is held, so it doesn't go out to any third parties. So that was really interesting. So yeah, and I think just that consideration for the integrated and the integrated systems within it. So
okay, and what did you say was the name of the voice control?
So it's called Aragon. Aragon is, and it's hey snips is the commands. So as you'd say Alexa, it's hey snips. Okay. One of the things we do want to check with it when we can get in there in the new year is how it works with communication devices as well. So recognizing the automated voices as well. So which we currently don't, we don't have any issue with at the moment with Alexa or Google or what we're using in the Maples. So yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. Yeah, that's I haven't heard of that one before, but looking online, it does seem like a pretty major thing, because I guess the one thing that you think of outside of Amazon and Google and kind of the big companies is how long is something going to be supported for, kind of going forward. But I suppose they do look like they're well set up for ongoing support. Great. Does anyone have any other questions at all? If not, I think we'll finish there. Yeah, Emma said that's really useful. Thank you both. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see if how many of you are interested in this. It sounds like it would be good for the right student who needs those kind of things, and you've got the other option, haven't you, Becky, with the mainstream?
Yeah.
That's really good.
And both, I mean, obviously, like I say, there's been a lot of interest in the smart home, but also with regards to, we've seen the benefits of using the Alexas within our Maples bungalow. So, and like I've talked about before, sort of that motivation and having control of your environment is really important. So yeah, and hopefully that will be the same for the Smile, and hopefully be able to give you some feedback and examples of other learners that have actually experienced it, maybe sometime in the new year. So
okay, great, thanks. Okay then, so we'll finish up there then. Becky, are you happy to share your slides with everyone?
yes, of course. Yeah,
great. Yeah, if you send them on to me, I'll send them around to everyone. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us today about this, and I hope Zoom wasn't too bad the first time round.
no, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so if there's anything else that anybody wants to have a webinar on, then just let us know. You can email us techability@natspec.org.uk, follow us on Twitter @tech_ability1, and also got our website there as well. Thank you everyone for attending. I'll stay on just in case there's any other questions and comments. Thank you again to Becky, and thanks everyone. Goodbye.